Welcome, dear traveler, to the Timeless Vault. Today, we're shining a spotlight on the most renowned dwarves in The Lord of the Rings. From fearless warriors to master craftsmen, join us as we explore the legendary tales of these stout-hearted heroes. Gimli, son of Glóin, is a central figure in Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, known for his bravery, loyalty, and evolving friendship with the elf Legolas. Born in the late Third Age, Gimli is a proud member of the Dwarves of Erebor. His father, Glóin, was one of the 13 dwarves who accompanied Bilbo Baggins on the quest to reclaim the Lonely Mountain from the dragon Smaug, an adventure chronicled in The Hobbit. Gimli first enters the narrative of The Lord of the Rings at the Council of Elrond in Rivendell, where representatives from various races and realms gather to decide the fate of the One Ring. Despite initial tensions and long-standing distrust between dwarves and elves, Gimli is chosen to represent the dwarves in the Fellowship of the Ring, a diverse group tasked with destroying the ring in the fires of Mount Doom. Throughout the journey, Gimli's skills as a warrior and his indomitable spirit prove invaluable. He forms a close bond with the Fellowship members, particularly with Legolas, the elven prince of Mirkwood. Their friendship, which starts with mutual suspicion and rivalry, blossoms into one of deep respect and camaraderie, symbolizing the possibility of reconciliation and unity between their races. Gimli plays a crucial role in several key battles, including the Battle of Helm's Deep and the Battle of the Pelennor Fields. His unwavering courage and prowess in combat are highlighted in these conflicts, where he stands firm against overwhelming odds. After the War of the Ring, Gimli's contributions are further recognized when he leads a group of dwarves to the glittering caves of Aglarond, establishing a new dwarven colony known for its beauty and craftsmanship. His friendship with Legolas continues, and it is said that the two journey together to the Undying Lands in the end, an extraordinary honor for a dwarf. Gimli's legacy is marked by his bravery, his role in pivotal events, and his ability to bridge ancient divides, making him one of the most beloved and respected characters in Tolkien's legendarium. Thorin Oakenshield, born in 2746 of the Third Age. As the son of Thrain II and the grandson of King Thror, Thorin is a direct descendant of Durin the Deathless, one of the most revered ancestors of the dwarves. Thorin's early life was marked by tragedy when the dragon Smaug attacked the Lonely Mountain in 2770, destroying the dwarven kingdom and scattering its inhabitants. Thorin and his kin were forced into exile, living in the Blue Mountains far to the west. During this period, Thorin grew into a fierce warrior and leader. He earned the name Oakenshield at the Battle of Azanulbizar in 2799, where he used an oak branch as a shield during combat against the orcs. Driven by a deep desire to reclaim his ancestral home and its vast treasure, Thorin sought the aid of the wizard Gandalf. Gandalf suggested including a hobbit, Bilbo Baggins, in the expedition, believing Bilbo could provide the stealth and cunning needed for success. Thorin agreed and assembled a company of 12 dwarves and Bilbo, setting out on a perilous journey to Erebor. Their journey was fraught with danger, including encounters with trolls, goblins, wolves, and spiders. They were captured and then aided by the elves of Mirkwood and endured imprisonment in Thranduil's halls. Despite initial skepticism, Thorin grew to respect Bilbo for his bravery and resourcefulness, particularly after Bilbo's daring theft of a key from Smaug's hoard, revealing the dragon's vulnerability. The quest reached its climax when Smaug was provoked by the company and subsequently slain by Bard, the bowman of Laketown. With Smaug's death, Thorin reclaimed Erebor, but the immense treasure hoard sparked dragon sickness within him, leading to intense greed and suspicion. Thorin refused to share the wealth with the men of Laketown and the elves of Mirkwood, who sought compensation and aid. This standoff escalated to the brink of war, only to be interrupted by an attack from orcs and wargs. The ensuing battle of 5 armies saw dwarves, elves, and men unite against the common enemy. Thorin fought bravely, but was mortally wounded. On his deathbed, Thorin reconciled with Bilbo, expressing regret for his actions under the influence of greed. He was buried deep within the lonely mountain, with the Arkenstone and his sword, Orcrist. Oakenshield's life is a tale of heroism marred by tragic flaws. His determination to reclaim his home reshaped the destiny of his people and influenced the course of events in Middle-earth, setting the stage for the future struggles against Sauron in The Lord of the Rings. Durin the Deathless is revered as the first and greatest of the 7 fathers of the Dwarves. Created by the Valar Orlais before the awakening of the elves and men, Durin was endowed with extraordinary longevity and wisdom, earning his epithet, the Deathless. Durin was the first of the dwarves to awaken in Middle-earth at Mount Gundabad. Unlike his kin, who were also created by Orlais, Durin did not die a natural death, but lived for many ages, hence his name, the Deathless. He wandered through the misty mountains, eventually coming to a beautiful lake known as Kheled-Zaram. There, he saw a crown of stars reflected above his head, a sign that this was the place to establish his kingdom. Durin founded Khazad-dum, later known as Moria, beneath the misty mountains. This city became the greatest and most splendid of all dwarven realms, renowned for its incredible craftsmanship and wealth. Durin's people, the Longbeards, mined deep into the earth, uncovering vast riches, including mithril, a precious and incredibly strong metal. Durin's reign set the standard for all future dwarven kings, and his line continued to rule khazad-dum for millennia. His descendants, including Durin II through Durin VII, were believed to be his reincarnations, inheriting his qualities and continuing his legacy. This belief in the cyclical return of Durin fostered a strong sense of continuity and unity among the Longbeards. Khazad-dum thrived for many ages under the rule of Durin's descendants, but its fortunes waned with the awakening of the Balrog, known as Durin's Bane, in the depths of the mines. This catastrophic event forced the dwarves to abandon khazad-dum, which fell into darkness and ruin. Despite these challenges, the memory of Durin the Deathless and his foundational role remained a cornerstone of dwarven culture and identity. Durin's influence extended beyond khazad-dum. His leadership style, characterized by wisdom, resilience, and a deep connection to the earth, set a lasting example for all dwarven leaders. Durin's folk carried his legacy with them as they established other realms, such as Erebor and the Iron Hills, ensuring that his spirit lived on even in exile. In the end, Durin the Deathless is remembered not only for his unparalleled longevity and foundational role, but also as a symbol of dwarven endurance and greatness. His legacy continues to inspire his people throughout the ages of Middle-earth. Dain II Ironfoot, born in 2767 of the Third Age, is a distinguished dwarven warrior and leader, renowned for his bravery, strength, and tactical acumen. He played a crucial role in the histories of the Lonely and the Iron Hills, where he ruled as king. Dain was the son of Narn and a direct descendant of Durin the Deathless. His reputation as a formidable warrior was established early in his life, particularly during the Battle of Azanul-Bizar in 2799. This battle was part of the War of the Dwarves and Orcs, fought outside the gates of Moria. Despite his youth, Dain killed the great Orc chieftain Azog, avenging his father's death and earning the name Ironfoot for his resilience and prowess in combat. After the battle, Dain returned to the Iron Hills, where he became a respected leader. His rule was marked by prosperity and stability, and he was known for his wisdom and fairness. The Iron Hills became a strong and secure dwarven stronghold under his leadership, contributing significantly to the economic and military strength of the dwarves in the region. Dain's most significant involvement in the wider events of Middle-earth began with Thorin Oakenshield's quest to reclaim Erebor from the dragon Smaug, as recounted in The Hobbit. When Thorin's company succeeded in their quest, but found themselves besieged by the elves of Mirkwood and the men of Laketown, Dain marched with an army from the Iron Hills to support his cousin Thorin. His timely arrival was pivotal in the ensuing Battle of Five Armies. During the battle, Dain fought valiantly against the Orcs and Wargs. After Thorin's tragic death, Dain was named king under the mountain, ruling over Erebor and the restored Kingdom of Dale. His leadership helped solidify alliances with the men of Laketown and the elves of Mirkwood, fostering a period of peace and mutual prosperity. During the War of the Ring, Dain remained a staunch ally of the free peoples of Middle-earth. Despite his advanced age, he defended Erebor against a major assault by Sauron's forces in the Battle of Dale. Dain fought bravely, but was ultimately killed in this battle in 1319 of the Third Age, dying in defense of his people and his kingdom. Dain Ironfoot's legacy is one of courage, leadership, and unwavering dedication to his kin and realm. He is remembered as one of the greatest dwarven leaders, whose actions not only preserved the heritage of Durin's folk, but also contributed to the broader struggle against the shadow of Sauron. His rule brought stability and strength to Erebor, ensuring its survival and prosperity well into the Fourth Age. Balin, son of Fundin, is a notable dwarf Middle-earth, known for his roles in both The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. Born in 2763 of the Third Age, Balin hailed from a noble lineage and was a member of Durin's folk. Balin's early life was marked by the hardships faced by the dwarves after the dragon Smaug's attack on Erebor. Following the loss of their homeland, Balin and his family lived in exile, first in the Blue Mountains and later in other dwarven settlements. Despite these challenges, Balin grew to be a wise and capable leader, deeply respected among his kin. Balin's most prominent role came during the quest to reclaim Erebor. Alongside his younger brother Dwalin, Balin joined Thorin Oakenshield's company of 13 dwarves and the hobbit Bilbo Baggins. As one of Thorin's closest advisors, Balin played a vital role throughout the journey. He demonstrated keen insight and was often the company's lookout and counselor. Balin quickly grew to respect Bilbo for his bravery and ingenuity, particularly after the hobbit's cleverness in dealing with Gollum and the spiders of Mirkwood. Balin was among the first to enter the Lonely Mountain after Smaug's departure and fought valiantly in the Battle of Five Armies. Following the successful reclamation of Erebor, Balin became an esteemed member of King Dain Ironfoot's court. He contributed to the rebuilding and prosperity of the Dwarven kingdom. However, Balin's adventurous spirit and desire to restore the glory of the dwarves drove him to undertake a new mission. In 2989 of the Third Age, Balin led an expedition to reclaim the ancient dwarven kingdom of Moria, also known as Khazad-dum, which had been lost to orcs and the Balrog, Durin's bane. Balin and his followers initially experienced success, establishing a foothold in the ancient halls and discovering some of its long-lost treasures. He declared himself Lord of Moria, and for a brief period the colony thrived. Unfortunately, their success was short-lived. In 2994, Balin was killed by an orc archer while he visited the Mirrormere, a sacred lake outside Moria, His death marked the beginning of the end for the Dwarven colony, which was eventually overrun by orcs. The fate of Balin and his company was later discovered by the Fellowship of the Ring when they journeyed through Moria and found Balin's tomb in the chamber of Mazarbul. Balin's legacy is one of bravery, leadership, and the enduring spirit of the Dwarves. His attempts to restore Moria, though ultimately tragic, symbolize the unyielding determination of Durin's folk to reclaim their lost heritage. Balin is remembered as a wise and courageous dwarf whose life and endeavors significantly impacted the history of Middle-earth. That concludes our journey into the mountains. Until next time, may your axes stay sharp and your hearts brave. The vault is now closed.